So hello guys, today we'll be talking about 5 simple tips that you can follow to improve your skills on a game called OSU. Now before we get into this video, just keep in mind that these tips are for beginners. If you have indeed been playing this game for quite a long time, you might already know all of these 5 steps. But there might always be a surprise, so stick till the end of the video. Now the first step or tip we can give you is to turn your background dim to 100%. Now if you go into the options menu really quickly and type in dim, you get this background dim meter. Now in this setting you are able to set the background dim to 0% to 100%. Now what this background dim is that the more percentage you have, the darker the background video or your background image gets. So if I have my background dim to 30%, the background gets darker 30%. And when I have my background dim meter to 100%, it gets completely black. So the advantages of this is that you get to see the notes on the beatmap more clear. So for example, let's go into beatmap here. And let's say I put my background dim to 0%. Then it gets really hard to see the notes in this beatmap because you're seeing a white note on a white background, and it's very distracting and it gets pretty annoying when you get into harder maps. So what you can do here is that you have your background dim setting to 100%. Now you have a black background, and now it's way more easier to see the notes. Now this is really good when you are trying to pass harder maps and you have to have a fast reaction speed. This is really helpful. Now, from time to time, you can have your background dim to 30% if you just want to have fun. But if you want to get better at OSU, I recommend you turn your background dim to 100%. This is a really helpful advice. Now, the second advice that we can give you is to have a skin that is good for you, that suits your playstyle. Now, let's go into the options menu again. Now, in this game, you are able to set your skins to whatever you want. So what skins are, they're basically how your game looks like. So when you get your game, when you download your game, this is how it will look like at first. The menu looks like that, the beat maps, the hit circles all look like this. And in my opinion, this is a really messy skin. And it makes my gameplay really horrible. So what you can do is to get a skin, get whatever skin you want, install it into your computer, and then this is my current skin, and then it will be a much more, since the skin that you downloaded suits your preference, your playstyle in a way, it will be much more easier to play your game. For me, I like really minimalistic skins like this, so it's very clear, the hit circles are very clear, so I like those kind of skins and those suit my playstyle. So yeah, that's the second advice, is to get a good skin for it, a skin that suits you very well. Now the third tip that we can give you is to turn off the things that distracts you. Now if you go into this options menu, there is this whole place called detail settings. Now, all of these things are the things that come out on the sites when you're playing the game, like combo bursts and stuff. A lot of people get distracted by these, but I know some people that don't. If you are easily distracted by things like coming out of the sides like that, then I advise you to turn all of these off. For me, it doesn't really distract me, so I just keep them on. But it's all personal taste, so yeah. If you're bothered by a lot of things, just turn all of these off. The fourth advice we can give you is to find your own playstyle. Now, there are three main ways to play OSU. One is with a mouse, and you click with a mouse, so you move and click at the same time with one hand. Now, that's how most of the people will play when they first get introduced to OSU, but there are two other ways, and in my opinion, they are more easier. So the two other ways are to play with a mouse and with a keyboard at the same time. So you move with the mouse and you click with a keyboard. That's the second way of playing OSU. Now the advantages of this is that your energy, how you spend your energy, is divided into two hands. So now your right hand can, right or left, your dominant hand can focus on moving the cursor, and your non-dominant hand can focus on clicking. So let's go into the game. So this is what happens when I play. You have to click with a mouse and move with the mouse at the same time. For me, it's very what should I say? It's very tiring because you have to do all the things with one hand. But the other way now is to use Z and X. Now, when you first get your game, that will be the default button for clicking with the keyboard. I actually think it worked really well, but you can change it in the options menu and stuff. But yeah, as you can see, pressing with Z and X is a much more, what should I say, efficient way of playing OSU, in my opinion. Now the last way of playing OSU is to play with a drawing tablet. Now this is how I personally play it. So if I bring my tablet here, yeah. So in my opinion, this is the best way to play OSU because your reaction speed gets way more faster. I know this is not something that is very impressive and it's a really easy map right now, but whatever. You see my points. If you have a drawing tablet, it becomes way more easier for you to react to flashing notes across the map, since you have to move your hand, and yeah, it's just a better way of reacting to flashing notes. Again, it's just my opinion, but I like to play with a drawing tablet. You will have your own preference of playing OSU. You might like playing with a mouse and a keyboard, or you might just like clicking with the mouse and moving with the mouse at the same time. It's all personal preference. Now the important thing is to find what you are comfortable with. And yeah, that's basically the fourth tip we can give you. Now the fifth and final tip we can give you is to do not play easy maps. You should be playing harder and harder maps as you keep playing this game. Now, OSU has this ranking system, so let's see the easiest map as possible. Now, in OSU, you can get these rankings from D to a silver double S. I think that's, yeah, the best one. Now, these rankings are the reason why people like to play easy maps. They want to feel like they're succeeding, right? So they always stick on easy maps, getting SSs, and then going to the next most easiest map, right? Now the problem with this is that you're never going to improve if you're going to do it like that. You should be constantly trying to complete much more harder and harder maps as you go on. That is how you improve, not if you just stay on where you're comfortable, but exploring to other harder maps. Again, we have to see that we have to like realize that OSU, it's okay to fail in OSU. It's not that it's going to go into your record for the whole rest of your life. It's not going to stay in your records. You can always go and explore to more harder maps. And that is a really good thing to do because you will constantly improve if you try to constantly improve. So yeah, that was the 5 tips that I could give you on improving on OSU. And thanks for viewing this video. Happy gaming.